So I want to talk about the imposter syndrome, right? So I'm not an expert on it, but I recently learned the term. Um, and it's very interesting. It's very interesting because I feel like I'm dealing with that right now. Um, so just to give some context to what that is for those who don't know, it's basically, and this is not verbatim the DSM-5 or dictionary definition, but in a nutshell, what it is someone who does not believe in themselves because they feel like who they are, or they may be in a position, for example, let's say a high position, and they feel like they don't belong there because they are so insecure within themselves about who they are, whether they deserve it, whether they're qualified to be in this position or do this thing that they want to do or that they're already doing, that they form these doubts and insecurities about themselves. So basically, they feel like an imposter, like, and then perhaps may even start to ponder, maybe I'm only here because, let's say my father helped me get here, or because the way I look, or because I'm white, or because I'm black, or and they had to have one black person. So that's a problem, I think, for more of us than we realize. But the bigger problem is, I believe that sort of thinking prevents us from moving forward. So, okay, let's say at this level where I am, um, I know I've definitely struggled with that because, like right now, I am beginning my channel, on various platforms. And I know that it's something that's always been in my heart to do because I believe I am a speaker. I believe I'm an influencer, and that I have something to say, a story to tell, some means of helping others who are maybe going through similar things or will go through similar things. And I know I have a voice. I know I'm intelligent. I know that I am educated to a degree. I know I have the attributes that it takes to thrive, at least to some degree, in this community. But then when I try to envision myself, because for me, this isn't about like being big or anything. It's really about just exploring my talents and my God-given abilities, and exercising in them, hopefully really to help people and to have some fun too, and maybe to make life better in whatever way it does, right? I also know with that comes criticism, comes, things that are not as glamorous as just sitting here and, talking and having people hit the like button, right? So, but that's not been my problem. It's not that I'm not afraid of ridicule. I'm not concerned about people not liking me or insulting me or whatever people do. I don't care. My thing is, when I feel the imposter syndrome most, is when I start to try to look too far in the future, concerning my abilities or what it's going to look like, the outcome, right? So then I start to say to myself, and I know I have in my heart said, not out loud, but somewhere in my soul, I'm sure I've said, wow, can you really do this? Is this for real? You? No, not you. Not you, because look at you. Look at your background. Look at what you came from. Look at your family life. Look at all the stuff you've been through. Look at all the mistakes you've made. Look at all the bad choices you've made. So we look at all of those things, and those of us who have struggled with this sort of thing, and we allow that to define where we can go. So it's kind of like the thing you look in the rearview mirror trying to drive. That's a problem. So I think a lot of the imposter syndrome has something to do with our disbelief in ourselves for reasons that are behind us. At least that's my experience. And I'm sure it's a lot more to it, and a lot of different people's perspectives could probably be added to this. But yeah, it's something that I aim to overcome. So even if I feel like, yeah, you start a YouTube channel, people listening to you, what is everybody gonna think? What if they don't like you, or what if you aren't influential? What if you embarrass yourself? I mean, all the thoughts that can come to our mind to prevent us from reaching our goals and reaching our dreams and our destiny and our purpose. The imposter syndrome really sets in. So once I learned about that and learned that term, a lot of times I can move forward with um trying to dismantle those beliefs. But if we don't know, like, we may feel that, what I described, but if we don't have a definition to assign to it, sometimes it's hard to articulate that, and even harder to try to find resolve, and try to um, build upon something that's more solid than our mistrust in ourselves. So that, to me, I think is a very important thing to consider. So what I've done, after reviewing what that is, being aware is, to me, half the battle. So I'm aware now, and also I'm aware of the qualities that I have that will dispel all of those beliefs, right? So while, yes, all of that could be true, it's no more truer than the things I believe about myself that even gave me the idea in the first place, right? So yeah, the point here is we should not let that stop us from pursuing our goals, our dreams, and our purposes in life, because it can be just as true as it is false, right? But the problem is with it being the imposter syndrome being false beliefs about yourself. In most cases, it is. If you act upon those beliefs and don't push forward, then you're not going to get the outcome you desire. The results aren't going to be there because you're not going to even try. Whereas if you say, okay, well, I'm aware of these feelings that I'm having, I'm aware of um the negative thoughts and beliefs and whatever about myself or these situations, um, I'm going to do it anyway. And I'm going to do it on the strength of the things about myself that I know and believe and that are proven. In most cases, we don't believe things about ourselves oftentimes unless we've had experience with these things about ourselves that have history. It has that's not the word I'm looking for. It's proven, right? So it's basically proven. So for example, if I say, well, I know I'm a good speaker, right? So I can do this YouTube channel thing. And then imposter syndrome tells me, no, you're not a good speaker. You're kind of nervous. What if people don't like the way you sound? What if your voice is too deep or too high? I mean, so all these things come into your head. But if I look at the facts about my speaking abilities, and I'm not saying I'm an expert in anything. This is what I did public speaking for years, with a modeling school that I worked for. So I did that, even sometimes in front of small crowds of like 20, 30 people. And then when we had our graduations, hundreds of people. So I've done that. And I've done it graciously and gracefully. And I did it with expertise and excellence. It wasn't just me talking. And, I was known for that. And I've been told on numerous occasions that I have a good speaking voice and that I'm professional and I have a good phone voice and everything like that. But I think, when those thoughts come to try to debilitate us and try to stifle our growth, we just need to remember, if it's true, maybe it is true, but this could be true too. The positive can be just as true as the negative. But if I act on the positive, it's more prone to deliver to me what I'm looking for in life. Whereas if I act on the negative, which is to do nothing and just let imposter syndrome overtake me, then I know I'm not going to get any results. but regret, and probably, saying, I wish I did what I should have done anyway. So I don't know. That's just kind of my thoughts about it. But yes, it's something that I probably struggle with more than I even acknowledge to myself. And a lot of us may, like, even jobs and stuff, and positions of um I won't say power. Well, yeah, because like if you're in management, you're in a position of power, like, to a degree. And it's like, I thank God that I have a heart of humility when it comes to that sort of thing, because I don't like to abuse power. Um, you know, Oftentimes when I've been put in positions to oversee groups of people and stuff like that, I take that seriously, and I do it gracious. I do it graciously. I don't take it as if I'm bigger than anyone. But then at the same time, I know, and I know if I look back, I can say, like, why am I even how did I become these people's supervisor, or how did I become a manager or director of this? Like, me? You know what I mean? But then I have to look at, like, yeah, why not me? Why not me? And I'm a believer. I'm a child of God, and I love Jesus Christ. So yeah, why not me? Why not me? Because we have so many people that rise to these positions who don't have structure and who don't have principles or values. And it's a saying, it's a biblical scripture that reads, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. So yeah, let the righteous be in authority. So I have to start, like, dismantling those beliefs about why I shouldn't be here, because imposter syndrome may tell me, because it's probably other people way more qualified than you, or more educated, or and I hate to say this because I don't like to believe this, but even their race may give them an advantage, which we know is true in a lot of cases. But I mean, in my personal life, like, so why me? But at the same time, that's why imposter syndrome has to be put to rest, because I'm not put in this position for no reason. So while I'm sitting here doubting myself, people outside of me are seeing these things, and it's real. They're not just doing this by chance. I'm not getting positioned and moving up in life and progressing because I'm not putting in the work. I'm putting in the work. I believe it, and I am and my attitude at some point is in alignment with it. But then, because usually imposter syndrome steps in at a monumental moment, or maybe at random. But again, that's when we have to remind ourselves that no, this is not a chance occurrence. This is because it's deserved, it's earned, it's worked for, or it could just be the favor of God. In any case, I'm here for a reason. So what I need to focus on now is being the best I can be in what I'm doing right now, and eliminate the feelings of inferiority, so, because that's not serving me anyway. What I can do now is perfect, or I won't say perfect because we can't be perfect, but I can strive for excellence in what I'm doing now, and grow even more and elevate to even higher plateaus. So yeah, we should all think about that. I thought I'd share that because that's something that is a long time been, and it's something I'm still working on. It's something I'm still, perhaps it may be a lifelong um, um, situation where I have to just constantly remind myself who I am, who I am, who I am. I know who I am, and I know I'm here for a reason, and I know I am purposed to do exactly what I'm doing, and I know I can do it, and I am the right person in the right place at the right time for this. Thank you all.